AlUla FM.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back on this week's edition of The Mental Boost, where we take time to slow down and reflect on the mental and emotional patterns shaping our everyday lives. Today's topic touches on something many of us feel but rarely talk about: the pressure to always be productive. From endless to-do lists to the hustle culture that rewards being busy over being balanced, it's easy to fall into a cycle where rest feels like laziness and constant output becomes the norm. But how does this mindset affect our mental health, and what can we do to break free from it? Joining us, as always, Dr. Samra, our trusted psychiatrist, to help unpack this issue. Welcome back to the show, Dr. Samra.
Thank you so much, Nadia. Thrilled to be here, as usual.
Thanks a lot. It's our pleasure always to have you. So, Dr. Samra, regarding today's topic, why do so many people feel guilty when they are not being productive, even during rest time? Is this a cultural or psychological pattern?
You know what, Ghadir? I don't know where do you come with these topics. They're so interesting and they always make me reflect, and I always find myself guilty as charged.
Yes.
So I don't know, it feels personal. You're coming after me. So this is how we think about it. I would not say most of the people, Ghadir. I would say everyone. This is something deeply rooted since our early childhood. Your value, your worth comes from what you bring to the table. If you're a good student, you get something. If you're top of your class, you get something. If you graduate with the top highest grades, you get something. And then you go to work. Okay, it's all about what do you bring to the table. Quarterly meetings, what are they about? What did you and how much you accomplished?
Yes.
So we end up by having a worth, not as a human, but as what do I bring to the table. Ironically that you're talking about this and, you're going through your pregnancy. Mothers, we always look at mothers who are not working as they're not doing anything, right?
Yes.
But moms are doing so much. So it's a complicated cultural society thing, deeply rooted since early childhood, that our value comes from our worth, our cars, our published paper, a number of patients, our money, that kind of stuff.
Yes.
So we end up by feeling super guilty and lagging behind when we're not doing something.
True. This is so true. So as you mentioned, it's just being the norm for everybody. Dr. Samra, as you just mentioned, it is a really interesting topic, and I think it's really touching a lot of people as we just feel left behind. What are the mental health risks associated with consistently striving for productivity without meaningful breaks?
Excellent question. So here is it, like in the clinic, I get people all the time coming with depression and anxiety, burnout, PTSD, and all these symptoms. And I always say, just be basics. Let's be simple. Everybody today is wearing a Whoop or an Apple Watch or one of those devices. Okay. So one of the first questions I ask my patients or clients, I say, can I take a look at your Whoop? And the first thing I look into, how many hours did you sleep last night? So you come to the clinic because you're anxious and depressed. You're working full-time. You have 2 jobs. You are a mom or a dad, and you have 3 kids. You have family obligations and commitments, social obligations and commitments. And then you slept for 3-4 hours over the past 4 to 5 days. You did not exercise. Your heart rate is 124 or 100, and you're dehydrated. So of course you're going to be depressed and anxious and having all these symptoms. So stopping or slowing or having a rest is not luxury, it's necessity.
Yes.
Because people will develop these disorders and diseases, and they will take medications and go into therapy when the problem sometimes is so simple as easy as having 6-8 hours of sleep.
That's so true, doctor. And this is the problem, that a lot of people feeling that the urge and the need to be productive can actually come over their need to not only to rest, I would say sleep, which is a very basic need that everyone's need. Unfortunately, we have misunderstanding of what exactly we truly need. So, doctor, how can we start shifting our mindsets to embrace rest, reflection, and slower moments without feeling like we're falling behind?
look at it as a necessity. You don't ask yourself if I should be breathing. Never. Okay. You never ask yourself if you should be, you shouldn't be asking yourself about sleeping, but ask these questions just like air. People have vitamin D deficiency, iron deficiency, not sleeping, not eating, doing all this and expecting to function and be productive. Okay. Each one of these people will die in a very young age. They'll have Alzheimer, they'll have GIT symptoms. So think of it as something really urgently need to be taken care of. Now, you know what? Just a quick exercise. I would ask everybody to ask themselves, when did they have a moment of silence?
Yes.
You go to the supermarket and there's a long line in front of you. What do you do?
Just waiting. Usually, I'm just waiting for my turn.
No. No, there's something you do. Think, Nadir. You get on your phone, okay?
Oh, of course.
You answer.
Of course.
You start texting, you start answering questions. Allah did not create our brain to be functioning 24/7, okay?
True.
Without noticing, my brain is functioning 24/7 all the time. Reading, writing, texting, analyzing, when the basic of worshipping is meditation.
Yes.
So if there's one advice I would give everybody, give me at least 5 minutes of complete silence and sit still. Only 5 minutes. You have no idea how hard that is. That would be one piece of advice. 5 minutes of complete silence.
Yeah, wow. And it's totally fine and it's okay and it's healthy to do so though. Dr. Samra, you always amaze us with your answers, with your reflections about things and how can we deal with the daily pressure that we have. Once again, thanks a lot. And of course, we can't wait to have you next week at the Mental Boost.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ghadir. Have a wonderful rest of the week.
You too.
AlUla FM. The sound of Arabia.